It all started 8 months ago. I'm sitting in a Thai restaurant picking at my dinner, and I'm desperately trying to hide the fact that I'm crying from our very nice waitress. I'm crying because for the first time in my life, I'm coming clean to someone about how bad my social media addiction is. And honestly, I'm really, really embarrassed. I feel such shame. I feel like a broken person at this point because I know it's like taking over my life completely. A couple hours before, I had taken a look at my screen time and found out that I was spending 13 hours a day on my phone. Yeah. And of course, most of it was on TikTok. Most of my waking hours were spent on TikTok. And I kind of spiraled because of this. I mean, as soon as I saw that number, I knew I was wasting my life. I mean, before I, had the rough idea that I was wasting my life, and now I had numerical confirmation that I was. I wasn't pursuing anything that mattered to me. I wasn't making progress towards any goals, and I also knew that I was frying my brain with that much TikTok usage. And I knew it was time to do something drastic because, I don't know, I just felt really scared. I felt really scared that I was gonna wake up one day and be 50 years old and that I would have spent most of my life on TikTok. That's not good. And so I just kind of realized that I was addicted, which is, kind of sobering to realize. So I'm at dinner and I'm coming clean to my boyfriend. Based on his expression, I can tell that he's a little shocked. At this point, I had been completely hiding my usage from him. He even says those 7 magical words of I think you should talk to someone. And so I just kind of cry. I feel like a broken person. And I feel really ashamed too of why is everyone else so okay with using social media, and why can't I get control over my usage? What's wrong with me? At this point, my dinner is completely going cold. Through my tears, I ask my boyfriend to watch me delete all of my social media profiles. But I also know myself, so I ask him to put parental controls on my phone too, so I can't just re-download Instagram. He says yes, so I slide my phone across the table, and that's the last time I go on social media. This water isn't cutting it.
So all of that was a little over 8 months ago, and since then I've survived 8 months without any social media as a Gen Z, which is crazy. And you know what? My life is tangibly better now. Back when I saw those 13 hours on the screen, or even when I saw that look on my boyfriend's face, I still didn't fully understand how much it was impacting my life. Since quitting, my life has changed in so many ways, and I think that if you quit social media, your life will probably change in these ways too.
It's good. If this room looks really yellow, it's because I'm in Mexico, so I'm legally obligated to use the Breaking Bad filter. So I did not realize how much I was overstimulating myself all the time. I also didn't realize how much that overstimulation was affecting me. After all these tech companies have put some of our generation's best minds and billions of dollars into creating these content casinos for us that we are addicted to. But I did not realize how much of my mental capacity was being taken up by TikTok. I couldn't even think. And yeah, I was going crazy. a little bit. I'm also way less fidgety. I don't pick at my nails as much. I don't pick at my face as much. I never thought that those bad habits were related to my social media usage. But now I kind of think that the result of being overstimulated all the time. 8 months later, and now I have space in my mind to actually think. I'm writing now, I'm making videos. I actually consider myself a creative person, and I never would have considered that of myself before. I'm not picking at my nails as much, I'm not picking at my face as much. And before, I never considered that those bad habits could be the result of overstimulation, but now I kind of think they might be. My relationships are different too now. I have lost contact with people, but not with anyone who really mattered. All my close friends still talk to me, and our conversations even feel a little bit deeper now. I am a better listener now too. Before, when my friends would talk to me, it kind of felt like I needed a soap cutting video or Subway Surfers going in the background so I could fully listen to them talk. Again, 13 hours a day, it fries your brain. That's where I was at mentally. And that's not to say I haven't lost some people. I definitely have lost contact with certain people, but at the end of the day, if our friendship is built on sending memes back and forth once a week, that's not the kind of relationship I'm interested in. Truthfully, sometimes I do still think about going back on. When I miss a reference or I don't get the joke, it kind of sucks. But when I think about joining social media and I look deeper, it's always for the wrong reasons. It's all very ego-based. Right now I'm doing the whole digital nomad thing, thus the Mexico, and I have felt the urge to post. When I actually think about those feelings, it's, again, for the wrong reasons. When I analyze those feelings, it's never to authentically connect and share with people. It's generally to brag in some way. It's really childish to admit that. It's kind of embarrassing. But now, instead of sharing the highlights online, I get to authentically share my experiences with my friends, which I find is a much deeper experience. To authentically tell someone about your trip, the highs and lows, feels so much more enriching in person than it does online. I really love hearing about my friends' experiences from them. It just feels so much richer. The only thing I genuinely miss is TikTok cooking videos. Those were great. It's too hot right here. I need AC. Okay, so all of that sounds really rosy now, but initially I was really uncomfortable. Honestly, it was kind of scary. I was really scared of missing out on something fundamental. I was just never gonna know what was going on, and I also just felt a little embarrassed, that I was the one person who seemingly couldn't use social media in an appropriate way, in a healthy way. But now I don't really feel that. I know that social media isn't for me, at least not right now. Would I say that I'm happier now? Not really, but I would say I'm more satisfied with my life, which is a much deeper experience. Comparison is the thief of joy and all that stuff, but it was really true for me, and I didn't realize that until I let it go. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that if you're thinking about quitting social media, you do it, or at least experiment with it. I think it'll really change your life and your outlook. If you're interested, I also have another video on social media talking about the false self and portraying yourself incorrectly on social media and how that impacts you psychologically. So if you're interested in that, I'll create a little card for it. I will see you in my next video. Bye.